Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter, Chapter 3 Meeting Life Challenges. In today's session, we are going to do nature, types, and sources of stress. My dear students, stress is not just a problem, it can be very helpful also. So, we can't ignore stress because stress is what we feel, okay? And it is not a thought process, it is a more of a perception. Students, stress can be compared to the electricity. For example, when the current is too high, the bulb gets fused, and if it is too low, the light will be too low and it will be listless, right? And the bulb will be of no use. The proportion has to be just right. Similarly, too high or too low stress is not good, but a right amount of stress is needed to optimize our performance. So, we can say that stress is described as the pattern of an response an organism makes to stimulus event that disturbs the equilibrium and exceeds a person's ability to cope. Now what have you understood? See, स्ट्रेस हमारा रिस्पॉन्स होता है जो किसी एक सिचुएशन के अंदर हम करते हैं, राइट? वो सिचुएशन में हम स्ट्रेसफुल रिस्पॉन्स क्यों करते हैं? बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं उस सिचुएशन की वजह से हमारा बैलेंस बिगड़ जाता है, ओके, एंड वी आर नॉट एबल टू कोप अप. So this is very important that the situation should not be in our control. Then only we feel stressed. Okay. Hans Selye is the father of stress and he has researched a lot on the stress and the effect of stress on us. But my dear students, stress is not always bad. Sometimes that anxiety, sometimes that response is very important for your good performance also. The stress that is good for us, which enhances our performance, that is known as eustress. Eustress is that level of stress that is good for you and is one of the person's best assets for achieving peak performance and managing minor crises. I can explain it with the help of your real example. For example, for when the exams are coming, you feel little bit stressed, right? In that stress, in that worry, you work harder. Okay, you are energized. Yes, exams are coming, I have to work harder. That stress that leads to improve your performance, that is known as eustress, right? But if that stress interferes in your preparation, that means it exceeds your coping limits and you are not able to prepare well, you are not able to write in the exams, then it is called distress, right? Distress reduces our performance. Distress is the lateral manifestation of the stress that causes body's wear and tear. That means there is a harmful effect on our body, and strain is a reaction to the external stress. Now to understand more, let's see what is the psychological meaning of stress. See, the cause of the stress can be external or internal. An accident which is caused from outside can be a stressful thing, or the expectation that is internal can be the cause of my stress. Now it affects our internal state. For example, biologically my hormones will be released. Psychologically there will be strain on my mind and it will lead to the stressful experience, and my defense mechanism will start. Okay, I will try to cope up with the stressful situation, right? And what will be the resultant? That I will feel that it is a challenge that I can overtake, or I can feel the strain and I will feel the difficulties in coping up. Okay, so the stress reaction can be anything as we feel. Now there is a cognitive theory of stress which was given by Richard Lazarus. Okay, according to him, an individual response to a stressful situation largely depends upon the perceived events and how they are interpreted or appraised. Right? That means हमारा नज़रिया, हम किस तरीके से उस सिचुएशन को देखते हैं, वो हमारे स्ट्रेसफुल इवेंट को, हमारे अप्रेजल को, हमारे इंटरप्रिटेशन को इफेक्ट करता है. Okay, now he has given us two types of appraisal, that is primary appraisal and the secondary appraisal. To understand it more, let's see what is a primary appraisal. I will start with an example. If there is a heavy rainfall and it is your off day, then you will enjoy the rain and you will think that it is not going to harm you because you are not going anywhere, your clothes are not wet, and if you want to take a bath in a rain and enjoy the rain, you can. That means there is a positive attitude, right? Rain is good. Okay, now you don't have to go to the school, you don't have to wake up early, you can enjoy your rainy day. But if you have a scheduled meeting and if you have to go out with your friends, then rain will be a negative um, uh, stressor for you and you will not feel good because of the rain. So the primary appraisal consists of positive, negative, or neutral. If you think that a situation does not affect you, it is not helping you, it is not harming you, then it is a neutral appraisal. If you think because of this situation you will enjoy more, you can do better, then it is a positive appraisal, right? Like raining and you can enjoy in the rain, you don't have to get up early, your schools are off, everything, right? But negative appraisal, what is negative appraisal? Negative appraisals can be of three types, that is threat, challenge, or harm. What is threat? Threat is what is the future harm, what will happen in the future. If it is too gross, then it will be more negative. Okay, challenge is can you cope up. Okay, matlab what is it is associated with the confident expectation of the ability to cope up. That means what are your expectations from yourself. If you think that you can cope up, then it will be a good challenge for you. If you think that this challenge is more beyond you, you don't have the coping abilities, then it will have more negative effect on you, right? And third is harm. Harm is the assessment of the damage that has already been done. Okay, harm is already done damage. Now there are various secondary appraisals. Secondary appraisals are related to the assessment of your coping abilities and the resources, right? And these resources and coping abilities are sufficient to meet the challenges or the threat or the harm, right? You are having a negative appraisal, right? You are a doctor, but you are a orthopedic, that means of bones, and your loved one is suffering from cancer. So your abilities may be very high as a doctor, but you can't treat a cancer patient, right? So your resources are lesser than in that situation. So maybe in that situation you will feel at loss being doctor too. Now we can understand these resources in the form of MPPS. Now my dear students, what is M? M is the mental, P is the physical, P is personal also, and S is social. Now what are our mental, physical, personal and social resources, right? If we have positive attitude, good health, social support, then the appraisal will be less stressful, right? We will feel that it is good. Now secondary appraisals all totally depends on our personal characteristics. We can't ignore the person's characteristic to understand the secondary appraisal. Now there are physiological means biological characteristic of an individual. That includes my physical health and the vulnerability. If I am a vulnerable person, I have prior disease, or I am emotionally distraught, or I have low immunity, then that means I am vulnerable. And if my physical health is not too good, if I have high BP or sugar levels are high, that means I am vulnerable also and my physical health is not good. So I won't be able to cope up with the stress if as compared to the normal person. And another appraisal is psychological. What does psychological means? The psychological means what is my mental health. If mentally I am feeling strong, I will be able to cope up. If my temperament is calm, quiet, confident, then I will be able to cope up. If it is negative attitude, I have very short temperament, then it will be difficult to cope up with the stress. Next is self concept. If I think I can do it, my ability to believe in myself, then the stress effect will be less. Otherwise, it will be very high. Next is cultural. What is the cultural definition? Sometimes culture means differently in different things. In a one culture, wearing a jihad is not a stressful event, but if we are asked to wear a burqa or jihad, we will feel stressed. Okay, the definition, cultural definition changes, and the way we perceive the stress also changes. Next is expectations. If people are expecting too much from us, then we will feel stressed. Now, students, what is the nature of appraisal? One factor is that past experiences. What are the past experiences? If in the past we have been able to cope up with the same kind of a stress, then we will have a positive attitude, and we will feel that yes, we can do it, we have done it, and now we will be able to do it. And the other thing is, if if it has not been able, we have not been able to control it, then also we will feel negative towards it, because last time also we were not able to cope up. We will doubt ourselves that this time we will be able to cope up or not. Next is very important, controllable. If the situation is controllable, that means I can control the onset of the consequences, and I have the personal confidence that I can appraise the situation, I can do the things, I can cope up with the things, then the less experience of the stress will be less. And it changes from individual to individual, because every individual is different, everyone's coping abilities are different, everyone's physical abilities are different. So stress is individually felt, it is not same for all, right? Same situation can be stressful for me but not for you, and vice versa. What are the variations in stress? Why are there variations in stress? Stress, it is due to the intensity. See, if the things are very low range, negative things are in low range, it will not affect me adversely. But if they are in high range, then it will be affecting me adversely. For example, noise. If you are studying in a classroom and the next class is making too loud noise, you will be disturbed. If they are whispering, they are making a little bit of noise, you won't be affected. Next is duration. If the noise is coming for a short durations, you will cope up, you will ignore it. But if it is for longer duration, you will not ignore it, you will feel stressed. Likewise, you can take a lifetime example. A person is ill and gets okay within few days. He will not feel stressed. But if he is ill for a month or a 2 month, then he will feel more stressed. Okay, because of his continued illness, because the duration has been longer. Next is complexity. Less complex versus more complex. See, if a topic that is going on in your classroom is difficult, that means one stress is the difficulty of the topic, and the second thing is the noise coming from the other class. That means it has become complex, right? There may be one or more factors. So, if the stress is complex, then you will feel, the situation is complex, then you will feel more stress. And if it is less complex, if it is a simple stress, right, then you will feel less stressful. Next is predictability. If I can predict that this is going to happen, right, then we will feel less stressed. And if we are not able to predict it, then we are more stressful. The situation is more stressful. For example, COVID 19. We are not able to predict what is going to happen and how the things are going to go along. So, this situation is more stressful for us. If we have been able to predict it, then it would have been less stressful. So, students, I hope you have understood the stress and you will study hard. Thank you, students.